10-1 is square root functions. So this is another function that we're going to be learning about. And to start off, I want to show you how to graph the parent function. So every time that we've talked about functions, each function has had a parent, the main, most basic formula for that graph. And for square root function, it is not surprising to know that the parent function would be f of x equals the square root of x. And that's it. So I made my little x and y table and I put some values in for x. And so we're going to plug these values for x into this equation and then see what we get for our output for our y value, and then graph those coordinate points. So if x is 0 and I plug 0 into x, right here, the square root of 0 is 0 because 0 times 0 is 0. So one of the points on the graph is 0, 0, or at the origin. So that's the first one I'm going to plot. If we plug in 1, well, the square root of 1 is 1 because 1 times 1 is 1. So we have another coordinate point at 1, 1. Over 1, up 1. Remember, always start at the origin when you're plotting points and do the x value first, the horizontal value first, and then the vertical. So if we plug in 4 for our value, the square root of 4 is 2 because 2 times 2 is 4. So our other point is 4, 2. So over 1, 2, 3, 4, up 1, 2. It's another point on our graph. And then the square root of 9 is 3, because 3 times 3 is 9. So our last point that I'm going to plot for my board, because otherwise it'll go off, is 9, 3. So now I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, up 3 at this point, and I can connect my points. And you can see that the square root functions have this kind of weird hook. So they're all going to kind of have this similar shape. So that is how you graph a square root function. Remember, with any function, you can make a table of values and put in some x values and calculate the y. Now, I did pick 0, 1, 4, and 9 for a reason, because they are square numbers. They make it really easy to do the square root. Otherwise, we would have had decimals to plot, which we can still do, but this is just a little bit easier. So that's the only trick. When you're graphing, remember to select x values that would make sense for that graph. That would be easier for you to calculate so you can see what it looks like.